Hey everybody. I found a little surprise in the garden today. I'm pretty excited about it. I mean, I don't know why. It's not that exciting, but I guess if you love tomatoes, it's kind of exciting. So here I was over here picking, I wasn't picking, I was watering stuff here. Look at those beets coming up. I was almost positive they were dead, so that's pretty cool that those are coming up. But all of a sudden I'm standing here and I was like, that looks like a tomato plant. And I'm like, there's another one. And then there's another one. And there's more over here. And I'm like, but there's also amethyst that's growing everywhere. And it kind of looked like that. I'm like, but it sure looks like tomatoes. So I finally had a chance to get out my little handy dandy picture this app to see what the plants are. And sure enough, these are all tomatoes. So there's about 10 tomato plants here that volunteered to come up this year. So I'm pretty excited about that. And they're getting pretty big too. Not sure what I'm going to do yet, if I'm just going to let them grow or if I suppose I should probably pull out the weeds around them. Then I'll have some nice plants. I can do that. Yeah, so I think the bonus, added bonus. Things are sure growing well there, especially those weeds. I just didn't think anything would be growing since I've been trying so hard to get rid of all that stuff. And then I have another tomato surprise too. My little tomato plants that are still very little. Let's come around here. I noticed this yesterday. There is, look at that. It's a little tiny tomato plant. And it has some little blooms on it. So that one has some, and then there's another one over here. I thought, yeah, right in here. This one has a couple too. So this is a pretty good, happy tomato day. So it's just so weird. Nothing is growing right this year. Everything's different than it was last year. Even the weeds have been a lot different. Well, except for those thistles and amethysts, but everything else has just been a little bit different this year. And I don't know if it's the weather, but all of a sudden this stuff is doing pretty good. Cucumbers that are taking forever to grow, they're all still very short, but I was looking at the stems today and the stems are super thick. Let's see if I can get down to one of them. Like, if you can see in there, they just have very thick stems. These all started out super wimpy, so I was actually joking about them, calling them the drama queens because they were so wimpy. But the stems are really growing and getting nice and thick. The beans are growing, so that's really nice. Those first ones are really doing well. And then this was the second ones that I planted about 2 weeks later. And they're doing great too. Looks like I did put some kale here, a little extra kale, and that one's gone already for sure. And then this one's struggling. The third one seems to be hanging in there. I have these bean plants. You see a bug on one. Ugh. Hope it's not a bad bug. But I gotta get those on the trellis so they start growing up the trellis. Remember, I never grew beans before, so I don't know what happens if you don't get them on the trellis. I thought they were ones that were pole beans, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they were bush beans. And these are bush beans, so they should do good. They had a lot of little buds on them. I don't know if those are leaves or beans. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised. Today is June 23rd, so everything's way later than last year, but it seems to be doing really well, I think. I don't know what I'm missing. I feel like I'm missing a lot this year. Just haven't figured out what yet. So this is kale, and then this is broccoli. And I did those way too late, so I'm really not expecting much from them. All right, well, that's it for today. I was just really excited when I found those volunteer tomato plants. I'll have to figure out what to do with them. Just let them grow or interfere and put trellises by them or something. Don't know yet. I'm sure I will update you in a later video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Happy gardening.